I'm with Mark Bailey, the CEO of the British Business and General Aviation Association. I'm always a champion of associations and I love what the BBGA does. You do a lot of work behind the scenes, Mark, that we don't necessarily hear and see about, but there's something coming online very shortly that really underpins the value of what you do. I've been looking at the TRS, which I think stands for Talent Retention Scheme. Perhaps you can elaborate what TRS actually is and does, and your involvement in bringing it to light.
Thank you very much, Liz. Good afternoon to you. It's nice to be talking to you again. There's a bit of a story behind the Talent Retention Scheme. It's something that came to my attention a little while back when we were looking potentially at intern placements. And what we found out is that this organisation has been working with the likes of Rolls-Royce and BAE and had been helping them out when they'd gone through big industrial changes. It's a nice way to say through redundancies and restructurings, but they were helping with people that had been displaced from their current positions. And I started to understand the scale of what they were doing, and then lo and behold, we suddenly found out that we're in the middle of a pandemic. And we'd already been going through some traumas with maybe not having enough resources for aviation going forward, even before we stepped into the current mess that we're in with the pandemic. And we were having some discussions with our colleagues at the DFT and thought, hang on a second, there may be something we can do for aviation here as a whole. And it became really obvious that unfortunately, if you look at the way that our industry has been hit, and I mean aviation as a whole, it's a huge impact to us. And the economic recovery is going to be a lot longer than maybe for some other industries. So it's really vital that we, first of all, try and help people out who are displaced, but also look what we can do for ourselves as a sector going forward. So, very simple, put both of the parties together, and that's TRS and DFT, to look what we could do for aviation. And well, I'm really pleased that that has come to fruition, because it looks like now we've got a new structure set up that's going to do exactly that for aviation as a whole. What that's going to mean is that for people who are made redundant, it's going to allow them to register with TRS in a form of clearinghouse, and it'll allow those people to look for other job opportunities, potentially within aviation, because the whole thing is going to be free of charge to the organisations who put people in there, and for the organisations who are latching on to individuals for potential support in their organisations. So it's just intended to try and keep people working. The other really important thing is it's making sure we keep in touch with all of those people over the coming years, because they are going to have to work and they will go elsewhere to find their work. If we can put them into parallel tasks within other industries, then we may be able to draw them back into aviation when we have a need. So it's a really great opportunity for us to try and build. And we were fortunate enough to help enable that process when it started.
I think this is great, and I'm really excited about today's announcement, Mark. I think you're going to have some more information for people as more information comes to light. Essentially, there's a free resource for both sides of the scale for people who are unfortunately not working in the positions they've been trained to do, and for, I think you said, for new companies maybe coming online while this is happening, to draw upon an immediate pool of talent as a resource that is highly skilled.
Yeah, there's a few things about that. I mean, this is just us saying that something is going on. we'll follow up very quickly with some detailed briefings, maybe even do another video so it can be shown exactly how people can register, how people can access it, and the whole process itself. We might even have our colleagues from DFT participating in that to share what's going on. So it's not over to you. We'll give a lot more information. It'll come through our website, but it won't just be us. We'll share it with other associations as well. So the idea is to help all of aviation, and it's not just the purest sides of pilots and engineers. It's meant to be all aspects of aviation. So for people working on an airport, ground handling, but anyone who's been displaced because of what we've had to go through, it's a place where we can get them registered and then look to put other opportunities there for people. I've already seen a number of potential initiatives where organisations are looking to retrain people. One great example was something that came in from the drone community, where a displaced pilot or pilots might actually be retrained so that they can look after the operations arm of drones and what might be done in terms of doing survey work for police or something like that. So you may not be doing directly what you were doing before, but your skills can be transposed. So that's just but one example. I think there'll be lots of things like that. Not going to pretend it's a solution and it's 100% for everybody, but we'll do everything that we can making use of it.
What a great sentiment. Mark Bailey, thank you so much for joining me today. For more information, go to the BBGA website on bbga.aero and look out for the BBGA social media feeds too. Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Liz. It's a real pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you and through to the members and other people in aviation. Thank you.